So this is where I'm having my late lunch. Boatworks. Awesome restaurant. Okay, so here it is. The 10 steps to building a 7-figure writing business, or a 6-figure writing business if you're just getting started. And I'm going to keep these as simple as possible, but no simpler. And this is a deep subject, so I'm only touching the surface here, but for many of you this will be enough to get you off and running. The first step is you have to determine your why. Notice I did not say find your why, discover your why. I said you need to decide your why. Because I ultimately believe this is how we all end up with our destiny. We decide what it's going to be. Destiny is nothing more than a word that's derived from the same root as destination. So your destiny is where you end up, and where you end up is the result of all your decisions. So you've got to decide that you want to build this kind of business and be okay with the ramifications of that. Step 2 is you've got to commit to following through on your decision. This is the hard part for a lot of people. For most of us, what this means we're going to have to do is get some kind of leverage on ourselves, as Tony Robbins puts it, some kind of external pressure that'll get us to do what we said we wanted to do to begin with. And that's not to paint an ugly picture of anybody, it's just to acknowledge a reality that we all face, which is we get caught up in inertia. And we need to get some momentum developed and then put fuel behind that momentum. And so how we do that is we get leverage on ourselves. Like we announce, I'm starting a copywriting business. I'm starting a writing practice. Maybe for some people it's you get an office or you get a logo or you get a legal entity set up. Although, do not let that hold you up. I'm going to talk more about that in a later video. What you really need to do is get clients. And that leads to step 3. And some people are going to think this is all out of order. Be that as it may, I'm a big believer in a philosophy called sequentialism, which is doing things in the right order. And the right order is to get clients first, because that's what gives you cash flow and that's what funds all the other stuff you want to do. So instead of spending or wasting all of your savings and your investment, what you need to do is get clients and get cash flow coming in the door and fund your operation as you go. Now some people will argue with me and say that's not possible. I'm here to tell you it is possible, and I'll also get into that in a later video. So those are my first 3 of my 10 steps toward building your 7-figure writing business. I'm only going to do them 3 at a time, I've decided, because I don't want to overload you with too much at once. I want to be able to have a discussion about these as we go, and I don't want to gloss over any of them. So those are the first 3. Your comments, your suggestions, your questions, put them below and I'll answer them and respond to them, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. It's turning out to be one of those afternoons where I wish I had more batteries, more battery packs, and ultimately that I wish I'd spent more time charging the batteries that I have. My phone battery is dead. Battery number 1 for my M50 just died. I'm on battery number 2, and I got places to go, things to do, and people to see. So let's hoof it.